In the heart of southeastern Nigeria lies a town called Owerri, a place where tradition speaks loudly. In this village, words move like the wind, fast, invisible, and often dangerous. There lived a man named Obinna. Respected by many, feared by some. He was known for his quick temper, his unwavering loyalty to family. One beautiful morning, the sun had climbed above the palm trees and the market hummed with chatter. The market was alive, bustling. Obinna was at his stall arranging yams when a teenage boy met him. He whispered into Obinna's ear. And that was enough. Obinna's eyes darkened. His blood boiled. Without pausing to ask a single question, he left his stall, fist clenched. He stormed through the market, like a lion charging through tall grass, until he reached the compound of Chief Maduka. At Chief Maduka's compound, the elder was sitting under a tree, sipping palm wine with other elderly friends. Obinna threw caution to the wind. And there, in front of onlookers, Obinna did the unthinkable. He lunged forward and, before anyone could react, he struck Maduka hard across the face. Gasps erupted. The other elders rushed to restrain him. Chief Maduka fell to the ground. A revered elder, humiliated, his dignity bruised. Huge wonder, great shock, and confused confusion overwhelmed everyone around as to what, why, and how the unexpected attack could be happening. No one had ever laid a hand on a titled elder in Owerri. The other elders who rushed to restrain Obinna inquired from him to know the reason for the attack. Obinna, panting and breathless, then explained that a young boy told him of how Maduka had accused him of theft. Which is why he had to teach him a good lesson. Whispers filled every home. Some condemned Obinna's boldness. Others whispered that maybe he had a point. Come to think of it, no one would like to be wrongly accused of anything. The news spread like wildfire. But so did the truth. Chief Maduka had never made such an accusation. What the boy told Obinna never happened. They were concocted and distorted words carried like poison. The so-called eyewitness, a young boy named Ifani. When confronted, he confessed. He said someone had told him and that he never personally heard it from Maduka. By then, the damage had been done. In the noontime, the elders summoned an emergency council meeting, a rare thing to do in the community. The people gathered. Obinna sat in the center, no longer the roaring lion, but a humbled man, his head bowed, his pride shattered. Beside him was his wife, Nena. She was defiant. Then, Motsi Okofor, grey-bearded and wise, began to speak. He told a story. He was slow in movement, but his words struck like thunder. He told the story of the woman with the basket of white feathers, how she let the wind scatter them from a hilltop, only to go back the next day to gather each one. No matter how hard she tried, she never recovered more than a few. That is what happens when we say words that are untrue. It is also unwise to act on words we haven't verified. The crowd listened. The lesson hung in the air like incense. But the story didn't end there. The elders agreed Obinna will have to apologize. But apologies were not going to be enough. Obinna's actions had broken community trust, disrespected a chief, and nearly sparked a generational feud. He should be penalized. To serve as a deterrent to everyone. The council's verdict stood. Obinna would be banned from the market square for 3 months. He would have to apologize to Chief Maduka and the community. And he would vow never to attack anyone in the community ever again. And finally, Obinna will pay the fine for attacking a titled elder of the community according to tradition. The fine includes a big native he-goat, 10 tubers of yam, 10 jars of palm wine, 10 cartons of beer, 5 crates of soft or malt drinks. Obinna lowered his head. But Nena. She stood abruptly. She was fuming, she had been fuming all through. Her voice rang through the square. So, this is justice, she demanded. My husband, humiliated for protecting his family. You make him spend so much money to buy all these items for the whole village. This is unfair. So unfair. Murmurs rippled. Others shook their heads. Elder Okofor waited, letting her words settle. Then he answered, not with anger, but with calm. Yes, he said, because he has to take full responsibility for his actions. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It is the tradition. Obinna reached for her hand. He whispered something only she could hear. Her shoulders softened, just a bit. Then, before all, the strong and mighty Obinna was in front of Elder Maduka. He bowed and apologized to him and the community. He also presented the fine. From that day, the village saw something rare. Obinna changed. Not just a man punished, but a man transformed. He became slower to anger, quicker to ask questions. Obinna, once proud and impulsive, became an advocate for caution. His wife remained bold. But even she learned that sometimes, there's strength in standing for what is right. Because in Owerri, a man's good reputation is golden. But wisdom is what saves a community from itself.